Hi students and families, Miss L here with today's Mindful Moment. Today's Mindful Moment is going to be our last Mindful Moment for this year. And it's also going to be combined with a discussion on racism, justice, activism, and current events that are happening in today's world that many of you may have heard about or seen on the news over the past 2 weeks. And these events aren't things that are happening out of the blue. These events have a unfortunately long withstanding history, not only within our own country, but globally as well. And part of our social emotional learning is to learn about diversity, to learn about restorative justice, to learn about equality, to learn about how to get along with others, to learn about conflict resolution, and to learn about civic engagement, which is perfect for the current events that are happening today. So, to start off, I would like to lead us in a mindful moment. And this mindful moment is called the cloud burst, or I'm a rainbow too. And in this mindful moment, we are going to first think about something that makes us feel happy inside. So just take a moment to yourself and think about something that makes you feel happy inside. You can take a nice deep breath in as you do that. It could be a person, it could be a place, it could be an object, it could be a song, a feeling, anything that makes you feel happy inside. Now take in a deep breath, and this time think about something that makes you feel grumpy, or remember what it feels like to feel grumpy, or sad, or angry. And just take a moment here, breathe in, and think about that feeling and how it feels in your body. We've been having a lot of rainy days lately, so you might want to envision a sky full of dark rain clouds and embody what that feels like to you, to feel stormy, to feel gray, to feel sad, maybe crying like the rain. So take a deep breath in and remember how that feels. Now, the reason I asked you to remember both of those feelings is so that as we do this exercise, you can utilize the happy thought, the happy feelings, to help disperse those cloudy feelings, the blue feelings, the yellow zone feelings, the red zone feelings. Now, as we do this exercise, I would also like you to be aware that sometimes when we are feeling in the blue, red, or yellow zone, and we practice different zones tools, like mindful breathing, for example, to help get back into the green zone or dissipate those clouds of confusion, sadness, anxiety, might not always work right away. You might have to do these activities several times, or you might have to talk to a trusted adult for help. So, because things have been feeling very cloudy for a lot of people lately, we're going to do 3 mindful breaths and envision a giant rainbow coming through those dark clouds right down into you. You can imagine that you're the pot of gold, right? Because you are a treasure. And this rainbow, Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet, is coming down from the top of your head, down through your body, all the way to the ground. And as this rainbow enters your body with your in breaths, it's pushing away the dark and stormy clouds with your out breath. So we're going to go ahead and do our 3 mindful breaths, envisioning the rainbow coming in and the light from the rainbow pushing away those dark and stormy clouds. We're going to go ahead and begin. So get in your mindful position if you're seated, spine straight. I'm going to have my legs a little bit apart here, shoulder width apart. Roll your shoulders up, breathe in. Close your eyes if you like. Breathe out, shoulder blades tucked back into your back pockets. And now we're going to breathe in, chin not too high up, not too far down, right in the middle. And breathing in 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in and breathe out in 3, 2, 1. Breathing in through your nose, filling your belly with air, and 3, 2, 1. Release. Final breath in 3, 2, and 1. Breathing in, imagining that rainbow coming in through the top of your head, all the way down your body to the ground. Breathing out and pushing away those dark and stormy clouds. If you would like to continue envisioning this and doing breath work in to the count of 3, as I discuss the following topic, then you may do that. One of the purposes of doing those breathing activities is to calm and center your mind and your body. And those are particularly important activities to do when one may feel nervous or scared, even if it's just about a conversation. Oftentimes, if we're going to talk about something that we might feel nervous about, we could feel our heart rate increasing, our palms beginning to sweat, or we might find that it's even difficult to articulate, to get the words out that we want to say. So just like the rainbow is made up of many different colors, our race, the human race, is also made up of many different physical characteristics, many different cultures, many different languages, many different belief systems. And one of those physical characteristics that is often different and is one of the things that unfortunately people look at first would be skin color. And it's a rainbow of skin colors throughout the world, as you well know. It could range anywhere from very light beige, a peachy color, often called white, all the way to very dark and rich tones that we often hear described as being black. And as many of you have been paying attention to the news or maybe conversations that people in your lives are having, there are some current events happening in our country that have to do with race, equality, inequality, justice, protesting, and activism. Now, for all of you students who are at the age where you can go ahead to the SEL Health website on your own, I have included several different resources to help you learn about this topic and activities that you can do at home to increase your self-awareness on this topic and to find out what you can do to participate in ways that are safe and comfortable for you to spread the word about racial injustice and how we are all a part of bringing justice to all peoples, of all skin colors, of all beliefs, of all physical characteristics and abilities. Just like we talked about with the beehive during our lesson last week, it's very important that we learn how to get along and work together. We are all one species. We are all the human race. And regardless of what we look like, it's what's on the inside that counts. And it's imperative to the survival of our species, of our planet, that we learn to get along and work together. And we learn that we all have equal value and importance on this planet, no matter where we come from, no matter what we look like, no matter what our skills, abilities, characteristics, or qualities. That we all have the ability to love, we all have the ability to grow, we all have the ability to learn new things, and we all have the ability to do good in the world and to be kind people. If you remember from one of our first lessons when we went to remote learning, we talked briefly about growth mindset. And I wanted to show you that those little seeds that we planted together, those little tomato seeds, they're right here in these 2 rows. They broke through their shells, they broke through the dirt, and they reached for the sky. They reached for the stars, the sun, to help them on their journey, on their growth process. And we've applied that to us as individuals, that we go through challenging times and we go through hard things that help us to grow and eventually to fruit. And I believe that our society, our country, is going through one of those growth spurts at this time. And we can apply the principles of growth mindset to what our country is going through. Different people from different backgrounds are learning about these differences, learning how to accept differences, and learning that we really are all one, and that it is important to all of us that we learn to get along. Unfortunately, the history of our country, although we often quote the importance of this being the land of the free and the brave, and that we all have equal rights, this land was also originally inhabited by a race of people, tribes of people that were not white. And the concepts of racial injustice apply to more than just the African American community. But in recent times, because of what has happened with George Floyd being murdered by police officers, a large portion of our attention is going towards Black Lives Matter and Black Lives Movement. And as you will see on the SEL Health website, I've also listed many resources to help students and families understand what the guiding principles of Black Lives Matter is and how it applies to you, no matter what your race is, and what you can do to help. With that being said, I would also like to note that this topic is a topic that some people spend their entire lives studying and teaching about. There are people that have doctorate level degrees in ethnic studies or in social justice that really are able to teach about these issues from thousands of years ago, because believe it or not, racism exists even thousands of years ago. And there is racism that exists between many different races, not just white, Anglo Saxon, Caucasian races, and African American or Black races. And again, I want to reiterate, I want to say again, and really drive home the importance that it's what's on the inside that counts. It's our characteristics and our qualities. Are we kind? Are we fair? Are we honest? Are we just? Are we loving? Do we lend a helping hand when someone needs it? Are we willing to self reflect and apologize and admit maybe when we were wrong or could have done something better? Do we interact with ourselves and other people in healthy ways? Do we take care of ourselves? What are our core values and beliefs? And as we learn in our education system through your K through 12, you'll be taking many different classes that incorporate these topics of social justice, history, racism, equality, and you're going to learn more and more every year about the history of these issues, about the current issues that are happening with these topics, and about how you can be a strong and healthy part of making the world a better place, whether it be through raising awareness, whether it be through loving other people, whether it be through whatever means works for you and your family. So I know that the past few months have been frightening times for many people with COVID-19 happening, and now with the current protesting that many of you have also seen on the news. And I want to commend you all, students and families, for your bravery, for your heart, for your perseverance, your flexibility, and your willingness to participate in learning from home in whichever way worked best for you and your family. And you are all like these mighty seeds, right, that broke up through the earth and reached towards the sun, and they grew. They grew these beautiful stems and these leaves, and they're going to eventually blossom and fruit, just like I know all of you do. And I want to also take this time to thank you for the opportunity to be your teacher this year, and just say again how proud I am of all of you, And I know that you're going to continue to grow and you're going to continue to learn, just like these plants. And I feel so excited to see you again soon and hear all about the things that you've learned while you've been at home and how you're applying them to the social, emotional, and physical health aspects of your life, your family's lives, and your greater community that we're all a part of. Just like with the bees, when we work together, we're able to have sweet, sweet results. And just like the bees and the plants and the animal kingdom that we all learn about in our science classes, our plant and animal kingdom has what we call biodiversity or biological diversity. Our world is not made up of a single organism. It is not made up of one type of plant, one type of vegetable, one type of fruit, one type of animal, or one type of person, or one color. Imagine how boring the rainbow would be if it was only one color. It wouldn't be a rainbow. We need everyone to make this planet the beautiful and safe place that it is and that it can be when we work together and realize that we're all connected and that there is plenty to go around when we utilize our resources in fair and just ways. So, again, thank you for this opportunity to be your social emotional health teacher. And please visit the website kidshealthlessons.weebly.com or visit your Google Classroom for links to the additional resources that go along with this mindful moment and this social emotional learning lesson. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a safe and beautiful summer. Bye.